Hello again, everybody. This is probably going to be the last video I do in a little while, unless I can think of something else to talk about. But this last little video I'm going to do is going to be about the money system and about how people in the UK are just not getting the most out of it in most situations. And I have a ton of stuff written down that I want to talk about that people just don't seem to think about at all. Right, so let's talk the economy then. So the T side, obviously, is very easy to build their economy with the bomb plants. The CT side, not so much, due to the fact that the T is just going to constantly pick you off and have more buys than you do. So one of my favourite catchphrases to say is keep it clean. So basically, when it's a situation where the round is pretty much won, everyone take extra care to not die, so we can keep the money up as much as possible. So here we go then, example of keeping it clean. Nice and basic round. Adam gets dinked, he lives. Rush just about lives, and the round's nice and clean. So going to this next round, if we pause it here, we'll see why it's so important to keep it clean then. This is the money saved just in nades and armour that Adam and Russ have saved by not dying there and having a clean round. So it's $2,100 each, there's the equipment they've bought, flashes, smokes, whatever. So now if we imagine they both died, like we'll exclude the fact that they got slightly more money because they made the kills. It would mean that this money here, the 2,100 for both of them, would need to rebuy. So maybe Russ could spend 400 less on a kit. But $1,700 we're going to have to take off his total, which put him down to $2,400. And then you've got to throw in the fact that someone has to drop for him. So let's say before Mizzy bought Smoke and Molotov or whichever grenade that he bought at the end, and he said he'd drop him a gun, and then Cray would maybe drop Adam a gun, or Adam would just low buy the number for MP9. So basically what would happen is Russ then would have 2,000, Mizzy would have 0, and either Adam or Cray would have 0. And to see if they lose this round here, it's going to be $1,400 again. So the highest money on the team would then be Link, it would be on $3,400. So obviously that doesn't happen, which then means we fast forward this round here. So if we pause it right here now, it now means instead that we can afford an AWP, Adam can now get a gun himself, and the other three players can get FAMASs or SMGs or whatever, and instead of being a couple of people on pistols and having a couple of rifles, we now have a full buy. Just because of that round, we kept it nice and clean against the eco, which should have been a simple one, it was. We didn't give away 1 or 2 kills, so fast forward here, although the AWP and the rifle don't come into play as much, it still means that we win this round. So when it comes to now 12-7, it's a close round, we're getting against the eco. Spoiler alert for fast forward here. It now goes to 13-7. So having that of a round in the middle there, it gives us a higher chance to win that round. Give us a full buy instead of a force buy. So instead of that round then going from 11-7 to 11-8, it's now 13-7 and the game's pretty much over. So something that people just seem to neglect is the full eco rounds, that maybe just having a Deagle round or a P250 or nothing at all. And what you need to remember is that these rounds can really turn a game for you. So on that T side, if you get a couple of 1Ds or take a couple of guns off them, like the example I just showed, you can really keep the money down and stop the CT economy getting away from you. And on CT, you want to be doing some stacks on your full ecos and not just throwing the rounds away and feeding this T economy. Because the more money that terrorists have, the more rounds of CT you have to win in a row before you get the opportunity to build your own economy up against the ecos. And then there's people not saving guns properly, or people not even saving guns at all. And one thing I've noticed in the UK scene forever is people will say that they're saving and they're just basically playing in a prolonged exit fragger position and there's no intention of saving, they're just not going towards the bomb to defuse it. And you see it at the top level all the time that just having one gun is sometimes enough to win these big rounds, and at the very least it's something that as a terrorist you're then worried about where these guns are and you don't want to run into it, and there's a bit of a psychological game going on as well. And things like just making extra killing clutches goes a long way. Making sure your offer isn't overspending on ecos, having actual proper plans on your force buys and not treating them as throwaway rounds, like they're a great chance to cripple your team's economy, and you're basically just giving up an extra eco round if you lose them. And then even at the pro level, you see people getting carried away and the AWPs hunting for kills and against people saving and things like that. What you see here is ACOR, bomb planted, gets a couple of nice shots and he gets carried away. And then for no reason, he pretty much just goes hunting by himself. He gives up an AWP to one of the best AWPs in the world when their economy's ruined. And then we speed through this round here. Cirque ends up getting 1 kill. It comes down to 1v1. They've got a full buy instead of a partial buy because they saved the guns properly, but one of them's an AWP as well. And then they go down to completely ruined again. So I'll leave this here then with one good example of how to have a clean round and then it paying off later on. Obviously there's other little small things. For example, there's when you're winning quite comfortably, 8 or 9-0 up. Instead of going for the objective, instead you try and lock the opponent in if you're on CT side, keep them on you low as well as saving your guns. Because the last thing you want to do is have a big lead, have the terrorist economy roll over you, and then that big lead for 8-0, 9-0 turns into a 10-5, you lose a pistol and suddenly you're 10-8. And then the obvious things such as remembering where your AWP dies so you can pick his gun up, picking grenades when the round's over, letting your AWP defuse the bomb sometimes, not instantly buying your guns in spawn so you can get a drop, saving utility against the eco rounds when the round's pretty much over, like there's no point throwing flashbangs and molotovs when you're against one guy and he's got nothing, and obviously buying head armor against AKs when your economy's in the mess. So clean anti-ecos, save your guns properly when you are saving them, don't go for needlessly aggro exits, make the most of your eco rounds. And AWPers, stop trolling when you're chasing people. Don't give them free AWPs. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.